Okay, welcome back. So, we are starting with another topic on injuries, mechanical injuries, Mike, and that is firearm injuries. Now, what do you understand by forensic ballistic? Forensic ballistic, one IQ. Let's talk about forensic ballistic first, and then we'll talk. Now, firearm injuries, now our knife, bio. एकछिन knife भयो कुनै पनि अरू weapon we don't need to know about much about the weapon because by those weapons either contusion or incise wound or stab injury is produced but for firearm we need to know about firearm itself so because the wound produced by firearm is quite different than the other weapons. Therefore, we need to know about firearm itself first. Okay, so initially we'll be talking about firearm, and then only we'll be continuing with the injuries. Okay, so what do you mean by forensic ballistic? Can anyone answer that?
Forensic. It is a science which deal with the investigation of guns and the problem caused by it.
So, wait. Achut, can you mute yourself? Okay, go on. Go on, Sunil.
It is a science which deal with the investigation of guns and the problem caused by it.
It is a science which deals with the study of firearm.
Firearm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, and the ones produced by it. Very good, Saloni. I'm glad that you are participating. Please, others also participate in this questions, right? Answering now. Please participate. Okay, thanks, Saloni. So ballistic is basically science which deals with the study of firearm and ammunition. It's not just study about firearm, but again, it's the study about ammunition as well. Firearm, Moniko, this is the firearm, and the bullets that is present, bullets or pellets that is present inside the firearm is known as ammunition. Okay, so science dealing with the study of firearm and ammunition is forensic or ballistic. It is ballistic. Now, there can be 4 types of ballistic. One is internal ballistic or proximal ballistic. That is whatever mechanism that takes place inside the weapon itself. Okay, till it emerges out from the weapon. When there is trigger is pressed, what happens inside the barrel? This is known as barrel. Let's understand the makeup of the firearm first. Here there is a trigger, here there is a firing pin. This part is known as breech end, this part is known as muzzle end, and the part in between is known as barrel. Okay, and usually the ammunition is lodged here. When you pull the trigger, firing pin strikes on the ammunition, and this the force is created, and this ammunition travels inside the barrel and it emerges into the outside the muzzle end, and then it hits the target. Okay, so whatever mechanism that is taking place inside the barrel is known as internal or proximal ballistic. Okay, and after emerging out from the muzzle end till it hits the target, that is known as intermediate or the external ballistic. And after it hits the target, it is known as terminal ballistic. And one more part of ballistic is there, that is wound ballistic. What type of wound is created in the body by firearm? The study about that ballistic is known as wound ballistic. So basically, we need to know about wound ballistic. But to understand wound ballistic, we need to know about the ballistic firearm and ammunition itself. Okay. So today we'll be talking about what is firearm, what is the mechanism of firearm, and what are the types of firearm. All right, and in next class we'll be talking about the wound ballistic. So firearm भनेको के हो भन्दाखेरि it is a device. If you remember this definition correctly, you'll be able to explain the mechanism of firearm itself. Okay, so it is a device designed to propel out the projectile due to the expansion of gases by combustion of the explosive substances. So you have to know that in the ammunition there is explosive substance. Okay, and when this explosive substance is burned, then there is a burning of the projectile. There is burning of something which is known as gunpowder, which further creates the gases, expansion of the gases, and how this ammunition travels. Due to these expansion of the gases, the projectile or ammunition propels out from the firearm. You know, so this device is designed in such a way that first there is combustion of explosive substances, further there is expansion of the gases, and then further the ammunition propels out from the this firearm itself. Okay, so this device is known to be a firearm. All right, you'll understand in more detail when we study about the mechanism of firearm. Talking about the classification, it's broadly divided into two categories. One is rifled weapon, the next is smoothbore weapon. All right. Why do we call weapon rifles? Why do we call a smoothbore weapon smoothbore weapon? Okay? Depends upon the interior of the barrel. This is the barrel. If you see the interior of the barrel, you can see some grooves present. Wait, grooves like this is present. This is the cross section of the barrel. This is known as rifling. Okay, and if this rifling is present, then we call it as rifled weapon. And inside the barrel, if you see rifling, then that is known as rifled weapon. If the bore is smooth, nothing is there, it's a just smooth bored weapon, then we call it as smooth bored weapon. So why this is divided into two parts? Mechanism for ammunition for so accordingly wound is differed. Okay, so rifled weapon we have rifles, single shot pistols, revolvers, automatic pistols, machine guns. Okay, rifles air and gas operated 0.22 rifles, military rifles, sporting rifles. These are various types of rifled weapons. Or center fire rifles depends upon the automatic or semi-automatic weapons. Smooth bore we have shotgun cylinder bore, muzzle loader choke bore, breech loader, and country made are under smooth bore weapons. Next, we need to understand about the projectile. Okay, so rifle smooth bore the projectile or the ammunition is different. Okay, in rifle we have this type of ammunition where there is a presence of bullet. This picture is very important, right? Important. There is also written questions written as well as practicals. Okay, diagram there is so be careful with this. There is a bullet in rifles. Okay, the rest of the mechanism is same, whereas there are pellets. It's the charra pani bhanchu Nepali. Pellets are present, small balls are present in smooth board. Okay. Otherwise, rest is same. We have primer. Primer is where there is an explosive substance. This is the gunpowder, or which is also known as propellant. यसमा पनि same charge, gunpowder charge पनि भन्छौँ हामी. This is present in both. Propellant is present in both, and there is a bullet case out here. अनि यहाँनिर चाहिँ एउटा अर्को डिफरेन्स के छ भन्दा यो shotgun projectile there is something known as wadding. Wadding it's nothing, it's a cardboard that divides the gunpowder and pellets into two compartments so that it does not leak. Gunpowder pellets both doesn't move. This is divided by a cardboard known as wadding. Why this wadding is important when this lodges in the body, if it's a close distant boy, we call it as close contact wound boy. They can be injury produced by pellets, there can be injuries produced by charges, as well as wad injury. Wadding is there, which is absent in case of this rifles. Rifle there is a gunpowder and immediately above it there is a bullet. Okay, baki चाहिँ same primer huncha, gunpowder huncha, bullet huncha. Here primer is there, charges, gunpowder is there, wadding is there, and pellets are there. Can you understand this? Did you understand or not? Should I repeat or I should move on?
Ma'am, repeat for the Ma'am, the pellets go.
Pellets भनेको के हो? Okay. तिमीहरूले छर्रा भनेको सुनेछौ?
Yes, ma'am.
छर्रा भनेको यस्तो सानो बल्सहरु हुन्छ के. ओके, बुलेट भनेको त एउटा सिंगल बुलेट भयो, यो देखेको पनि होला, तिमीलाई आइडिया पनि होला. पेलेटमा चाहिँ हैन, पेलेट चाहिँ यो स्मूथ बोर्डमा, since it is not rifled, smooth boardमा चाहिँ cartridge different हुन्छ. Okay, we have pellets, sansano balls. Again, that these balls are also of different sizes. Kunai sansano ekdamai sano huna सक्छ, कुनै medium हुन सक्छ, हैन. त्यसले पनि determine गर्छ कस्तो कत्रो बोर्डको firearm हो भनेर determine गर्छ. Okay, so यहाँनिर सानो बल्सहरु हुन्छ, 12 वटा बल्स हुन्छ usually, हैन. जुनै पनि उसमा cartridge 12 balls are present, and this balls when it emerges out, I know एउटा ball गएर hit गर्छ body मा, so different pellet injuries हरु हुन सक्छ. Bullet मा चाहिँ single bullet injury हुन्छ भने यसमा हाम्रो smooth board मा चाहिँ छर्राले गर्दाखेरि धेरैवटा holes हरु हुन सक्छ. Okay. This is present in this smooth bore weapon, pellet, whereas in rifle we have bullet. Okay, rest of the mechanism is all the same. Only one more difference is there. Duita kurama difference cha, euta bullet or pellet ma, orko euta difference ke huncha ani, wadding is present in the smooth bore, whereas that is not present in the this bullet ma. किन भन्दाखेरि wadding को purpose के हो भन्दा, it differentiates the charge, gunpowder and pellets, whereas this is not required. Only one single bullet is present, so difference गर्नु परेन, divide गर्नु परेन, त्यसले गर्दाखेरि wadding is not required here. अरु केही function हैन है wadding को, only it divides it into two part. And अर्को एउटा इम्पोर्टेन्स के छ वाडिङ को भन्दाखेरि, जसरी पेलेटले सिंगल होल्स हरु डिफरेंट होल्स बनाउँछ बडीमा, वाडिङले पनि अब इफ इट हिट्स विथ सम फोर्स इन द बडी, इट क्यान अल्सो क्रिएट अनदर वुन्ड, बिगर वुन्ड, वाड इन्जुरी भनेर. ओके, सिम्पल कन्ट्युजन मात्र पनि हुन सक्छ, और इफ इट एन्टर्स द बडी, इट क्यान प्रोड्युस अनदर होल. Okay, entry wound ma. So this wadding is important for that matter. Okay, you may be asked to draw the diagram of the projectile. Rifle को बनाऊ भनेर पनि सोध्न सक्छ, स्मुथ बोर्ड को बनाऊ भन्न पनि सक्छ. What is the difference between the two भनेर पनि सोध्न सक्छ. So if you need to understand this diagram carefully. If you understand this, you'll be able to write easily. अब तिमीहरूले यो प्राइमर भने के हो बुझा छैन भने चाहिँ it will be clear. अझ म यसको डिटेल भन्छु हैन. प्राइमर भने के हो, गन पाउडर केले बन्छ, pellet केले बन्छ, bullet केले बन्छ. I will be talking about that as well. Mechanism पनि I'll be talking about in detail. Okay. Ammunition. What is ammunition? भन्दाखेरि material used for the explosion along with the projectile is known as ammunition. And arm and ammunition भन्छौँ नि. This ammunition material used for the explosion along with the projectile is ammunition. Parts of ammunition we have cartridge case, which is made out of brass, copper, zinc, alloy, plastic, or heavy paper. Cartridge case. This is the cartridge case. यहाँ पनि bullet case छ, यो cartridge case भयो. And केले बने हुन्छ भन्दा brass, copper, zinc, alloy, plastic, or heavy paper ले पनि बने हुन सक्छ. Function is expand and seal against the chamber walls. Chamber walls भनेको जुन यो barrel को walls हुन्छ, यो भित्रको walls यसलाई हामी chamber wall भन्छौँ. And gases produced from the discharge is forced forward. यो cartridge case को function भयो यिनीहरु. अब primer, अघिदेखि हामी primer भनिरहेछौँ. Primer is also known as detonator, which is the explosive compound. Okay, so what is the function of the primer भन्दाखेरि it explodes when the trigger is pulled. It hits the primer. This is the primer. This is the center fire primer, since the primer is present at the center. Kune say primer is present at the end, which is known as rim fire primer. All right. So when the trigger is hit, it hits the primer. Hit hune bittike ke huncha, it explodes, it ignites, and it burns the gunpowder. Okay, burns the propellant or the gunpowder. Primer केले बनेको हुन्छ भन्दा barium nitrate, lead sulfate or antimony sulfate ले चाहिँ हाम्रो primer बनेको हुन्छ. So as it explodes, it burns the propellant or gunpowder, which may be of again different types like black powder, smokeless powder, or semi-smokeless powder. यो पनि भाइभामा सोधिरहेको हुन्छ, please be careful with this. Okay, black powder is made out of sulfur, charcoal, potassium nitrate. Smokeless powder is made out of nitrocellulose and nitroglycerin. So depending upon the composition, we call it as either gun cotton or double base or triple base, where nitroguanide is combined. In nitrocellulose हुन्छ नै, nitroglycerin हुन्छ नै. नि एउटामा nitrocellulose मात्रै हुन्छ, which is known as gun cotton. If it is combined with nitroglycerin, it is known as double base. And if it is again combined with nitroguanide, it is known as triple base. Okay, this is smokeless gunpowder. And black powder ma sulfur, charcoal, potassium, and nitrate. पहिला चाहिँ it only black powder is used, so blackening नै हुन्थ्यो हाम्रो skin surface. But these days we use semi-smokeless powder, where 80% is black powder and 20% is smokeless powder. Okay, so that is the propellant or gunpowder. We are talking about this side, propellant or gunpowder. Primer vaniko is the explosive substance, and this is the gunpowder. This is the gunpowder. Next is bullet or pellet. Okay, bullet is made out of lead, tin, or antimony, and bullet is sometimes jacketed to prevent melting of the lead in high velocity rifle, either fully jacketed or partially jacketed. And pellets are multiple projectile used in shotgun. Again, it can be used, it can be made by soft lead, which is also known as soft drop shot, hard or chilled shot by lead and hardened by antimony, and plated shot, lead shot, it's coated by copper or nickel. Okay, so basically lead, tin, antimony, or sometimes jacketed by copper and nickel is used for both bullet and pellet. I think we should end it up to here. Our next class, now I'll be talking more about firearm. What is the difference between rifles and smoothbore firearm? What is the mechanism of firearm itself? And then we'll move forward to wound ballistic. This please go through whatever we have studied today. And also further ke difference rifle or smoothbore, I would be more happy. Okay, so त्यो दुईटा पनि हेर and mechanism पनि एकचोटि आफै हेरेर बुझेन भने I'll talk about that again in the next class. के छ नबुझेको? If you want me to repeat anything, please, you are welcome. I can repeat. We still have got 2 minutes more. Otherwise, we'll end it here. Okay, then see you next week, Wednesday class, 8 o'clock. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye, ma'am.